shoot, shoot everybody a little video here on our barn project. We've got all of our posts set. Finished setting them today. As you can see, we used 3-inch post, 1/4 inch thick, and these are where our beams are going to go. We've got our back wall put up. We started it. We got 2 of the purlins running across it for our C channel to screw our tin to. There's going to be 2 pipes in between there because we're going to weld the fence all the way on the inside, but got a little bit of sun in here. But these are the 2 rows of center posts, and what we're doing now, so we have a string line runs down all the way to the front. Since we didn't level this off and make a floor, we're running with the slope, and it's pretty much a pole barn. We're set all of our posts, and we made them just a little long in case we had a low spot. That way we could have a little room to cut them off. But that one's got 5 inches or so, and that one, what if our string line gets tight, only has 2 inches. That's our lowest post. But that's just kind of where that's at. And all this was done with we didn't have a truck come out, ready mix truck. We just used Quikrete, which you can use ready mix trucks, works great. But for us, on a time frame kind of deal where we work on it when we can, it was easier just to use the Setcrete. These posts here, you'll see a couple pieces of rebar coming up. These are going to be in the open pin, and so there will be we're going to put a piece of sonotube around this, and we'll pour a 12-inch chunk of concrete all the way around this post, because this will be an open spot. That way, somebody gets a little excited with the skid steer, they don't bring the barn down. It's just pretty much a bumper. Ran our string lines, which to keep everything in line, since our I-beams are going to be going like this to carry our roof joist or roof purlins. And we kind of started doing this, and we just pretty much built little forms just to kind of help keep everything in line with each other. Worked really well. As you can see, we'll come down here and we'll finish up this down here, and I'll try to get where you can see it. This string line, see, this one here will be the angle of our roof, and what we'll do is we'll go down and mark all these, cut them all. See, there was a post that was a little tall. This one right here was just a little tall, but I had the extra steel, and it's better to be able to cut some off, and it makes it a lot easier than welding little pieces together. But so that's where this is going to be. This will be a wall, an end wall here. There's the opening of the alleyway that will come bring cattle down this side, and we've actually decided we're going to have this alleyway here, but we're going to have a feed pin go on this way, because we're going to have 2 feed pins here, so might as well build another feed pin there. This will be just an interior part of this. We'll be putting our concrete pylons, our bumpers on these posts, because this will just be a dead spot in the pin. That way, when we're cleaning the straw out of here, we just don't beat the hell out of it. This will be the dividing wall. There will actually be a fence that runs down here, and we'll split this in half because we're going to go another 30 feet that way and make a feed pin. And this will be what divides them. Our water tank will be out here, probably somewhere maybe in the middle, something like that. That one will be just like this. The other one will just have the concrete pylons. These are our roof beams. These are going to be our I-beams that carry the roof. So since it's going to be a lean-to, what we're doing with these are 40 feet long. I set my post out to 39 feet, give me just a hair overhang. And I could have done it to 40, but the one other reason why I did that is since this isn't like a formed job, and we're not pouring a pad or we're not laying out stem walls until our tin's actually up. We are going to put a stem wall in, but it's not a foundation stem wall. It's just like a bumper wall. So I set my post in a foot. That way, if by some chance, which we haven't seen any boo-boos anywhere, if we did make a accident and we got off, that we wouldn't have an issue with our post placements. What we're doing is I have all 8-inch Z-iron and C-channel for the ends. This is 4-inch by 3/16. We're cutting them 6 inches long. The back will have one welded like this. The front will have one welded like this. And then they're every 4 feet. So we're putting our roof purlins on 4-foot centers. Got a little bow to her, but that's just because she's a little wiggly. I'll show you the ones that we did, because they're right over here, and you can give you kind of an idea, a visual idea. But we'll cut our angles tomorrow and probably set our roof purlin or the I-beam Thursday or Friday. Today's Monday. Just to give our concrete a little time to set up. See, here's these. There's the end like I was talking about. These are the centers. And it's just all the way down through here. These are the ends. And since my tin's going to be flush, you can see I offset these. And this will be the west end, which the one closest to us. That will be the east end. And this is the back of the barn here. So it sits in that way. But that is where the barn is now. We should have 10 starting on the barn next week. Into next week, we should be putting 10 on the barn. That's kind of what we're shooting for. And once the tin's on there, you know, there's little things we can do. Mainly, we'll put our stem walls in the back, and our bump. It's not a true stem wall because we're not going in the ground very deep. We will clear a little spot and just run some rebar through it. But really, all it is we're gonna run a wall here. And our tin is going to go down one side of it about 5 inches. We'll have a piece of angle iron on the top to screw to. And the wall is going to be like 18 inches tall. That way, as we're cleaning this barn out, if we hit the wall, it stops the skid steer and we don't push our tin out. Because, you know, sometimes you get a little wound up in the skid steer. It happens. As you can see here, we offset our alleyway some, and that way if we have to replace tin or something, it's not right against the fence and it's not impossible to do. But that's where that's at. I finally got my 3.5-inch stuff in. Got a bunch of 3.5-inch pipe in. It's 1/2 inch thick, but it's a brass alloy pipe, which I did not, you know, they just ordered 3.5-inch pipe, and they sent me that, and it's steel, but it's got a little brass in it, and it is impossible to cut with a torch. You know, brass just kind of melts. That's what it does. It just kind of blows out. It's just like butter with an abrasive saw, but it sucks with a torch. I'm gonna see if I can't use a plasma cutter, but I don't have a good one on hand. But you know, we gotta cut these out for our overheads. So that sucks, but you know, if that's my only only issue right now, then I'll be completely happy with that. But so this is the barn. It's coming along. I'm supposed to have a bunch of custom hay work. I don't know if I'm going to at this point, and honestly I don't know if I have the time to. I need the money, but I also need to get this stuff done because it's August. I need to have all my ground ready to plant by the 15th. So, you know, I am in a pickle. We finally gotten some good rains. That's one great thing. Can't complain about that. That's why I'm not in the field right now. We've gotten like 4 inches of rain. It's been awesome because we were dry. We'll start growing grass again. But if you have any other questions about the barn and how we're gonna do this, just hit me up on this video and I'll answer it the best I can. The one thing I will add is we were setting all these with like a crane on the last two buildings we did like this. And on the very last one we did, we actually welded a piece of square tubing right here where that back post was gonna go. So say this is the bottom. And we just welded a piece of square tubing exactly, you know, we knew where we wanted that. And as we lowered it down, it slid into that back post and it actually made it. And we had one guy over here with a welder and it secured it quite quickly. This time we're gonna do the same. We might do the same. We'll put a piece of square tubing on that end. We might just do like a little 2-inch stub of like that sucker rod or something to help pin this down. I'm gonna go steal my brother's telehandler tomorrow to help set these. I've got a tractor that's big enough to do it, but sometimes it's nicer to have a telehandler and you can just, it's a little bit easier control. And yeah, if you got the equipment, it sure makes it nice. If you don't have the equipment, you can figure out how to do it. But like I said, you have any questions, hit me up. I'll try to answer them best I can.